Ben, what are you playing?
Okay.
What are you doing too much? Been playing anything
Welcome
nice?
back. We're back with
Watching
part 3.
anything nice?
Okay, so I've been playing one game. It's a very underrated game, I have to say, because I don't see a lot of people talking about it. But I've been playing. It's technically not new, but it is new in the sense that it was trapped on Apple Arcade for like, I don't know, forever. And then
Interesting backstory. What you got?
I've been playing Fantasian, which is a game created by Mistwalker Studios, and is helmed by, the music is done by none other than...
Oh! Is that the Neo Dimension game? Done
Neo
by Square?
Dimension, done by the father of Final Fantasy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Neo character in that game?
What, Leo? Leo basically the Neo character. Yeah, he's the main guy.
Basically
he's the main character. So now, this game is actually really fucking good. Like, do not be fooled by it being a Apple Arcade game, because this game.
Crazy. Apple Arcade game. Yeah.
And when they did it on Apple Arcade, apparently it was released in 2 parts. They had part 1, and then they had part 2, and Neo Dimension is like the combination of both parts together, which creates the full game.
It's not a gacha game, is it?
No,
I hate that I have to ask you it's gacha.
No, it's not a gacha game. It's not a gacha game. It's a full-on RPG. It's not a gacha game. It's a very unique RPG, and it reminds me of the way it's done. Do you remember like the old Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9? All used pre-rendered backgrounds, right? Like pre-rendered like stuff for like stuff.
Yeah, you
work
on like
so the cool thing about this game, right? This game was made using dioramas. Like, I mean, like they actually built everything in real life, and then they superimposed like all the graphics and shit on top of it. And
cool. So that must make for a pretty good art style.
So cool. Yeah, it is. It's a lovely art style. I actually really like it. The characters like all have like doll-like features, because obviously it fits in with this whole like diorama sort of thing. So it works in the world of the art style.
I'm looking at some screenshots right now, and it looks like it's very storybook.
Absolutely. It even has like
you open the pop-up book, kind of like
It even has like segments in it where you have a narrator like talking about like certain things in the past, and the CGI, like the CGI is really nice actually. When it does those segments, like the PNGs, like kind of like metaphor fantasy, they all look really nice. Like they're all really well done, like, and stuff. The really cool thing about this game that I really like, the story's like it's good. Like it's like, you know, it's like your stereotypical plot in the sense of like
JRPG,
JRPG, save the world kind of thing. You know, that standard thing where your main character has amnesia. Now, I will give it credit. I was like, as soon as I found out like the main character has amnesia, I was like, oh boy, here we go. There's something really important, like hidden in all his memories, something going on. Now, I will give the game credit, like, it's not like, thankfully, it is not the main focus of the story. It starts out that way, but it's actually not like the main focus. You kind of regain your memory kind of early on into the game anyway. So it's not like, you slowly piece it together anyway, like your memories all come back at a certain point anyway. So it's not kind of like the main focus of the story. Yeah. It holds a purpose, but it's not like, oh man, like, you kind of get the gist of it by the end of, I believe it's the end of part 1. The way it cuts off, kind of thing. Like, it's like swapping to a second disc. The way it does it, but but it's kind of seamless, but you can kind of tell this is where part 2 began, sort of thing. But the cool thing about the story is like nothing to write home about. I do really like the characters though, like they have good dialogue interaction and stuff. They're kind of charming. There's like quite a few of them. But yeah, like they've all got that like stereotypical JRPG kind of thing. But the cool thing is the combat system in this game is very, very unique. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it before.
Okay, what do you do in it?
So the way it works is your attacks have different, like you have so normal combat is like, enemies, you take turns. It's turn-based. It is turn-based.
Yep.
But
turn-based hasn't died and
but the way it works is your
time.
attacks have arches, so you kind of like target multiple enemies. Certain attacks can like pierce through enemies and like take down, but you kind of like you kind of aim it like around certain enemies and stuff. Like you arch your magic around to get like more hits in on like taking on multiple enemies and stuff like that. It's very unique. Like it is, and it also, like, some fights, they all have different. The boss fights all have like really cool, like they kind of play with turn-based the mechanics a bit, because certain boss fights, even though it is turn-based, there are certain boss fights in this game where the animations they're doing may affect how much damage you do to an enemy. So it's kind of interesting in the sense that you kind of have to, time when you're using your attacks in some bosses and stuff. So that is a unique feature. I'll give it.
So if a boss is like moving or like about to do an attack and you attack it, that will affect damage output.
Well, no, because you can't. No, but it's like their idle animations, like like how they kind of like bob up and down sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not when they're doing an attack, because obviously they get to attack and you have to stand still. But it's when like they're doing like while you're timing your attacks. If they're like there's a certain boss fight where its neck is like uncovered, like it will like cover its neck and then uncover its neck, like in the idle animation. If you time it just right, you get extra damage if its neck's exposed or something.
Oh, okay. So you got to time your attacks to when the idle animation exposes the weakness.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, these are certain fights, which is unique, and like the whole like. And this is now the thing where, so there's one more really unique thing about this that I actually really like. It's a really cool change that I've never seen done in a game before. Right, it is random encounters, okay? So before you like throw up like, oh no, random encounters.
No, I'm an oldie. I'm fine.
Yeah, random encounters, but some people aren't, right? They don't like random encounters. The way this game works is it has a mechanic called the dimension system. It's like this machine you hold. It stores, you run around like, and you'll collect battles, and they'll go to this counter on the screen at the top. Like 6 enemies have been. Of you? A bit. But right, so you have a limit of like, at the start it can actually be increased, but at the start it's like it holds 30 enemies. Now, once it hits that, you can choose to when to fight at any point during, like you can just be like, okay, there's like 12 enemies in there now, I'll go for it now, sort of thing. Okay. But once it hits the limit, you are thrown into a battle where like all 30 enemies are simultaneously on the screen. Well, not like all the time, but like it'll be in like waves of like 20 or something like that. Like 15. And so
you can't overshoot.
You can't overshoot, but
you get punished.
But yeah, you can get punished if you like leave it too long, because now you have to fight that fight, and that's like 30 enemies. But the way this mechanic works is it goes really well with the arching of your magic, because while you're in these battles, they're called dimension battles. While you're in these battles, there are different like drops that appear on the field. Like if you arch your magic into like one of the power-ups, you'll get like a buff to your strength, or you can try and aim for like one that gives you an extra turn, or like and you kind of hone, like you try and line it up so your spell's gonna hit the buff but also hit the enemy, sort of thing. And it's like
kill 2 birds in one stone.
Yeah. It's really cool. So they help with these fights, like helps it. It's a very unique system. I've never seen it done in any RPG before. Like, so yeah, like the turn-based stuff in this game, the fighting's really good. The boss fights are challenging. I've died like quite a lot of times to some of them. It is a hard game. Good. I'm playing on hard mode though, because I am like, you know, Final Fantasy veteran sort of thing. I'm playing it on hard mode, to be fair. And yeah, it does give you a run for your money sometimes. It is tough. You need to know how to use certain characters' things. Oh, and oh my god, I couldn't believe this, man. I got to like, I'm at the 20-hour mark, and I was like, I don't know how long this game is, right? But the way you got skills, you just get them by leveling up. You gain like a new skill by leveling up. That old skill, like, you know, like every character gets skilled by leveling up. So I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of like, I thought, oh, well, it is an Apple Arcade game. That makes sense. It's not going to be like this super complex thing. And then I was like, I got to like the 20 out. This is like basically when I think it flips over to part 2. Man, there's skill trees, and it comes in at about 20-25 hours into the game. I'm like, are you kidding me? You unlock skill trees with like freaking things on it, like with new skills, so and like
wasn't there before. Okay,
that's 25 hours into the game. There are like skill trees that you unlock.
Wow, that's late.
Yeah, I was like, really holy shit, because I thought I was like near, like close to the end, and then it was like, oh, like I get it, like, you know, like it's an Apple Arcade game, so they didn't want to like complicate things with like, you know, skill trees and stuff. I was like, oh shit, there are actually skill trees to this, and not only are there skill trees, at this point there is now equipment that has different colors. I was like, that's weird. There's not been different colored equipment since like
rarity equipment.
I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, why does it have a different color? Is it like a super weapon? Like, is it their best weapon in the game? Nope. Turns out you can now upgrade equipment, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, this is 25 hours into the game, and you're giving me these new mechanics now? I was like, what the hell? It's like a sequel inside the first game. I was like, oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's like you said, it sounds like they've just. I mean, didn't you say that? It's kind of like
it's like broken into two parts. Yeah, that's why I was like, so you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell. Yeah, you can kind of tell where it was. I will say though, like the quote unquote final boss of part 1 actually kicked my ass and was really hard. It took me like 7 tries to beat him. Like, the shit's hard. This game's hard. This game is actually hard. Like, it's not a cakewalk. You need to know how to use the characters. Like, you actually need to know how to like set up like certain characters, like skills to pair with your skills, sort of thing. So yeah, no, like it's a bring the bus kind of thing, and like use your items and stuff. Like, the game's hard. You level up. You level up pretty. This is a fun thing though, because like the way it works is you could make this game super easy if you want, but because all you need to do is like grind out the thing, the enemies in the dimension. If you wanted to make this game a cakewalk, you could, but I'm actually playing it like legit, where I'm not like grinding, I'm like doing the game as it's intended, and yeah, it's putting up a challenge. So yeah,
that's good.
Game is fun. Really good game. Like, highly, if you like the old school Final Fantasy of like, I'm talking like 6, 7, 8 and 9, you'd probably really like this, because it really did bring back like that old like I'm walking on like a PNG, not a PNG, but like I'm walking like on like these kind of like sets that are like actually made by people. Like, they went in and created all these dioramas. Like, every single thing you see is actually real footage imposed on, like, you know, just inside the game, but it's like actual real pictures and stuff, and it's like, oh shit, man.
Yeah, our style looks neat, definitely.
It's a really cool way, and I really hope, because this game's like, I didn't talk about the soundtrack. It's done by I mean, I will not. I'll say it's not his best work, but it gets the job done. I'll say the soundtrack hasn't really like had any like major like absolute bangers, but
so it sounds like
it's pleasant. It's pleasant.
It sounds like the gameplay is definitely carrying the game from what you've
described. Story is not really like anything to write home about, but it's a good story. Like, don't get me wrong, but if you've played like loads of JRPGs, you kind of know the gist of the story already, sort of thing. But the art style, the characters, and the world is cool. Because basically what it boils down to is like there's this thing called Mecteria, which is infecting. It's like mechanical. A mechanical virus is basically affecting the world, and you're
mechanical virus.
Yeah, it's like people.
Does it turn people into robots? Is it Dr. Robotnik shit?
It creates this like poison that's like turns people into like ill and I think they die. I think they die.
Bad virus.
Yeah, bad virus, but it's spreading over the world. Like, and you're like, what is Mecteria? Why, like those kind of questions. What is the reason behind it all? Which I actually don't know the answer yet to everything. But so far, it's like I kind of see where it's going, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure it's gonna boil down to killing God.
Probably. It's probably gonna evolve attacking and possibly defying the big man upstairs, knowing RPG formulas.
I mean, I will say like. It is an ambitious game. It is an ambitious game, and bonus points for it. It actually runs really well on the Switch. There are minimal slowdowns. It runs up basically a solid 60 throughout most of it so far. There's been like 1 or 2 frame drops. Right.
It being an old mobile game makes sense for it to run well on the Switch.
Yeah,
so that's good.
And like the UI in it, really nice. The only part it like struggles in is like Switch. It's weird. There's only this one weird thing that bugs me, and it's not really a big deal because it's not like. It's weird that the frame rate is different on the UI than it is on the actual like when you're outside the menus. That's a bit of a weird.
It runs.
Yeah, probably like the compromises. Yeah, it runs a bit different frame rate inside the menus than it does outside, which is weird.
Okay.
But yeah, cool. It's like jumping from 30 to 60 when you go in the menus. It's like, huh? Yeah. But other than that, man, the game's fantastic. Like solid, so fun. Like if you like turn-based combat, this is the shit, man. This is a good game.
Nice. Yeah, because there be knowing that turn-based combat has been dead for 20 years since the Ep15 came out.
Yeah, turn-based never left, I'm sorry, but yeah, no, it plays with it. I like how all these new games that are coming out are like kind of playing with turn-based combat a bit more. I really like that. Like it's adding flavor, like to a system that is only growing by it seems. Yeah. But yeah, I hope there's a sequel to Metaphor ReFantasio because I would love to see how they could push this further because I actually think this is a promising IP that could go on to be better.
To Metaphor?
No, Metaphor ReFantasio. Sorry, I mean Fantasian.
I hope not. I don't want Atlas to re-release.
No. Sorry. I'm talking about Fantasian. I really hope there's a sequel to Fantasian, which apparently I heard that there might be in the works. So I'm like, oh yes, because because this game actually has so much potential. I could see like ways they could improve it. And but it is a really good game, and I've got the physical of it because I think this is going to be kind of rare. So, because it's kind of been overshadowed. You don't really hear people talk about this game, and I'm kind of shocked because it's actually a really, really good game.
Yeah, I mean you've been talking about it a lot, so it's nice to see a spokesperson for it.
Yeah,
so go for it.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Fantasian gets a massive plus from me.
Hey, cool, big A star from Ben. Nice.
What have you been playing, Joe?
Well, I've been playing a game, but I've also want to start on a thing that I've been watching.
What have you been watching?
So, recently, going back on the subject of Netflix, which we were talking about last time in the video game news section with JoJo, and how Netflix just so love to fumble a lot of things that it's got sometimes. Recent adaptation came out. In fact, it's an adaptation done by director. Sorry. He's not a director. He's a visionary.
All right.
From visionary Adi Shankar.
Oh, the guy who did Castlevania. Yeah.
Castlevania, as well as Captain fucking whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Captain whatever the fuck. I'm trying to think what the other game.
It's a Ubisoft thing. I can't remember the name of it, but he did the animation for that as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so one of my favorite video game franchises of all time, Devil May fucking Cry, got a fucking Netflix adaptation, and I fucking watched it. And it's definitely what I'm trying to encapsulate how much I fucking love it so much. It's just because I'm mimicking how much it fucking swears all the fucking time.
Oh man,
that's how much I really fucking love this.
Oh no,
I have to bleep some of my words out because while the show might not get demonetized, we certainly will.
Oh no, because this is long into the part that I doubt you'd get demonetized for that.
Enough.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's fucking awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna start taking the piss.
Yeah.
Let's really get into this. Okay, so I just want to clear up that first and foremost, this is very non-canon. It is super non-canon.
Non-canon.
It does not fit into the timeline at all. And that's not like a bad thing.
No, it can be its own adaptation. In a way,
it's like, oh cool, yeah, like, you know, it's the characters we want to love, you know, Dante and Lady and Virgil, but they're like in a cool like what if kind of like scenario.
It's okay, so that's
why not?
what
Let's
if.
do that.
Okay, right.
They can have fun with it. You don't have to care about the source material because it's not the source material, and holy fucking shit, you could either like not care about the source material or take a big flaming steaming shit on it.
Oh no.
Which so okay, so let me talk about my history with Adi Shankar adaptations. So I have watched the Castlevania Netflix series, not watched Nocturne.
Alright. Well, I've seen season 1, I haven't seen season 2.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the Castlevania Netflix series a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good show. I thought the animation was cool. I thought the characters were pretty neat. However, I am not a Castlevania fan.
Yes.
But not in a way that I don't like it, but in fact that I've literally only played Symphony of the Night. Which is a great game, by the way. However, from the games that I've played and what I've been told by people who do enjoy Castlevania, there's not really a crazy amount of like deep story to Castlevania games until you get to like the DS games. The Castlevania that Castlevania Netflix is based off of is Castlevania 3. It's got Trevor, it's got Alucard in it. But those games pretty much amount to Dracula is back. Kill Dracula.
Right? So it's easy to adapt that into like whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, it kind of gives Castlevania not a free pass because there are a lot of Castlevania fans who do not like it.
I actually,
for those who like have not be too into Castlevania, then they're like, there's something to get here. Like for example, myself, I really enjoyed the Castlevania Netflix series. I thought it was pretty decent. Season 3 was kind of a bit of a blowhard one, but everything else was really good and it was funny.
It picked back up again in 4, but
yeah, it really did. Yeah, every series has got the stinker seasons, but I digress. Devil May Cry, the franchise, has a very long time, very highly established, has got lots of lore, has got lots of like themes that it's definitely apparent in a lot of its games. It's a very gameplay wise, it's very deep, heavy mechanics. It's iconic for a lot of reasons. Dante, the main character, for example, is one of the most well-known video game characters ever. You know, gameplay is well-known as well. Character action, gothic horror, industrial metal soundtrack. You know, do things, kill horrible demons from hell while looking cool as hell, and obviously going for the stylish points and whatnot. Right off the bat with the Devil May Cry Netflix series is that we go into an American government building. You got the president in there. He is talking about mother flipping Saddam Hussein, which is real, by the way. Like the first 5 minutes to go into it. They've got Asmongold looking kind of content creator talking about like demons, man. We just don't know and stuff. I'm thinking, okay, this is a homage to DMC Devil May Cry. I see it. Alright, that's fair enough, you know, even the reboot gets a bit of love. That's fine, sure. Oh man, where do I begin, dude? I'm gonna save a lot of, like, the full-on summarized opinions of this anime for when I'm done talking about it. So, alright, so, what happens is that basically, there's this demon called the White Rabbit, and he breaks into the Vatican, and he breaks out the Force Edge, which is Sparta's big meat sword that he used to, you know, seal the demon world from the human world.
Right. And
like, so already you're like, okay, so it's gonna take liberties with the canon material, like, whatever, that's fine. As long as it doesn't, like, completely disrespect it, it's alright, it's fine.
But
so, it just, a lot of people have said this, it's like fan fiction a little bit. It's kind of done in a way where it's not really done very well. For starters, it's very political. And when you think Devil May Cry, you don't exactly think political, do you? When you think about those stories, you think about the whole, like, how humans can be as bad as demons, and demons are like, there's a really rare, like, entity, like, chance that a demon can actually overcome its demonic heritage and actually be a good guy, which is what, obviously, you know, the big bad Sparta was. You know, he rebelled against Mundus's forces, he was the Dark Knight, woke up to justice, did porcupines with Eva, and gave birth to the twins Dante and Virgil. And that was because, you know, he overcame his demonic heritage and did a good thing. So, the universe that's established for the Netflix anime is that, there are demon people, and they're like demon humans, and they are just like regular ass people with horns. Yeah. They're like humans that live in the demon world who have horns. They're refugees. They're demonic refugees, Ben. And
demonic refugees.
And the world they live in. Yeah, already making a few alarms go off.
Oh my god, demonic refugees! That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the demonic world
is he using it? So are they using the Devil May Cry to, like, send a message to, like, people or what?
It's not just sending a message, Ben.
Oh no.
It is that April Fool's episode from The Simpsons when Bart Simpson gets all those microphones and puts certain stacks all together, and he goes testing, and it blows up, so everyone fucking knows about it.
Oh god.
So you got the president, who is voiced by the late Kim Conroy. God rest his soul. He does a really good job at being like a big scumlord politician, man. But you think about all this, right? So the premise, right, is that a demon called White Rabbit has taken the Force Edge, and he's looking to open up the world from the portal from the demon world to the human world, right?
Yeah.
Pretty basic Devil May Cry, go to, like, plot line, whatever. You know, release demons into the human world. That's definitely not a new thing for Devil May Cry.
Right.
But the American government get wind of it, and they're like, okay, let's get all the devil hunters, and let's get them in an interrogation room and like find out what the flip is going on here. And they established that, yo guys, this isn't demon magic, this is science, this is like quantum physics. This is why these portals are happening. You need this, like, technological device, as well as, like, this isn't magic. Magic isn't a thing. It's like, it's technology. It's weird quantum physics kind of thing. Like, the demonic sword, the demonic meat cleaver that can literally just open up rifts. That's not magic, that's science. So, they're trying to explain the magic hooky dooky stuff in Devil May Cry. Which is stupid. Because, one, it takes away from all, like, the supernatural cool aspects of, like, literal fucking, this is, like, Devil May Cry has the most demonic demons you can think of. It's, like, the most core essence of a demon is in Devil May Cry, right?
Yeah.
But they're trying to explain the magic, and it's like, no, you really don't. Just let it be magic, man. Just let it be, like, demon energy. Let it be scary rituals. Let it be, like, you know... horrible, inhumane, unholy rifts to like the demon world. Let the demons be demons, right? But no, they have to like put some weird like advanced technology shtick on top of it.
So yeah, they're taking great big liberties with the source material then.
I've only just got started with the liberties they're taking with this.
Oh dear.
This is just the premise that I'm talking about.
Oh shit, man.
So the American government is very, very highly involved in this plot line.
Man.
And they have got this team of Captain Commando looking fuckers called Dark Comma. Lady, the very loved character from DMC3 is the leader of it.
Alright.
They've changed her backstory a little bit as well. So from what I thought was really neat when it first began, was that they expand on like lore between her dad, who is the big bad of DMC3.
Yeah.
They actually show like her and her family while she was younger, while her and her mum Kalina along with Arkham.
Alright.
A happy family. An instant happens with demons in the underground. And then Arkham's like, oh shit, I couldn't protect my family. I gotta find a way to, like, look into demon bullshit to protect my family from the demons and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, but it's not quite how it turns out with how things are in DMC3. They take a lot of liberties of it. Like, Arkham turns into like a demon ghoul and dies in a fire, which means he might come back for season 2, which has been greenlit, by the way.
Oh, wow. He's getting a season 2.
Lady is bitter and angry about her dad, which she is in the games, definitely.
Okay.
She's definitely very, like, quote-unquote, like... I mean, I don't want to say the word gun-ho, because gun-ho applies way more to this lady in this anime here.
Right.
So, I want to say that this is not a lady.
Yeah.
This is definitely not a lady from the Devil May Cry games at all.
No.
She is kind of a giant asshole. She does not stop swearing, which is the bit I was going for at the beginning of this adaptation.
I see.
Which turns from like the really big core like things that she's angry about to almost jovial, and she sounds really ridiculous, and it's really hard to take her seriously because, oh man, there's a bit, right? So they animate Sparda fighting back against Mundus's eyes, and I'm like, yes, this is kind of like the cool expanded shit that I kind of want to see, even though it's not canon.
Yeah.
But Lady narrates it, right? And you might think, okay, that's cool, because Lady narrates the whole Sparda and twins things at the beginning of DMC3, really iconic intro to a really iconic game.
Yeah.
You've heard it tell, haven't you? The legendary Dark Knight Sparda.
Yeah.
And it's all like whimsical, mysterious, and dark.
But I'm
and
guessing
gothy,
in
and
this
it's really
adaptation,
cool.
she's constantly swearing while she narrates it.
She's like, so Sparda, right? He's a fuck-ass evil demon.
Oh no.
And then he held Mundus, the big bad fucker himself.
Do you know?
And then he realised, hey, this is kind of evil as fuck. And so I guess Sparda fucking, and it's like, my god, could you have not taken more of a bigger shit on the legendary Dark Knight's tale?
Well then, like, I guess that strikes me as what the DMC reboot kind of was going for.
Oh yeah, let me get to you on that, because I'm not finished, but that's definitely the angle that I'll lean towards.
Right.
But I'll get onto that later, the comparisons on that, because there are definitely comparisons.
Oh man.
But like, yeah, Lady kind of sucks in this.
Yeah.
So
is it even voiced well?
It's voiced well. Oh yeah, the actors do as well as they can, definitely.
With what they're given.
The script is just kind of wet dog shit.
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, she's hired to take in Dante. And notice how I've not really talked about Dante.
Yeah, you haven't actually spoke about Dante yet.
Yeah, so Dante doesn't really do much, to be honest.
What?
Sadly. Yeah, about
He's the
40%.
fucking star of the fucking thing, no?
About 40% of the main plot line, what happens in Netflix, is Dante. And he talks a lot, but he doesn't really do a lot. And this is a big problem with Dante. Because, so they change his background a little bit. So he's still a son of Sparda, along with Virgil. He's still half demon, half human hybrid. But he's got amnesia. He doesn't know that Sparda is his dad.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Whereas, whereas in the games he knew, and the whole point of Dante's big character arc in 3 especially is him realizing the responsibility of being a son of Sparta, right?
So,
like he knew he had a dad, but he just renounced it completely because he's a young angry teenager.
That completely changes the character.
Doesn't give a fuck.
No, that completely changes the personality. That's like a complete rewrite.
Yeah, so Dante's still doing the thing, like, he's having fun, he's doing his quips and all that shit. However, this is the big problem, and it's that they kind of, Dante feels more like, and a lot of people online have said this comparison as well, he's more like a Deadpool, where he'll take a big hit, he'll regenerate it like he does, but instead of, like, saying something like, oh man, like, you shard my coat or whatnot, like some really lame but very Dante coded, is that he'll make a pop culture reference.
Oh no,
he makes a lot of pop culture references.
That's not really his character. He's
like, oh, what are they gonna do, merge into a Captain Planet? And, oh, Skeletor, He-Man wasn't relevant since the 80s, which is a line that he says, and it goes from, like, cringe, how do I explain it? Like,
it doesn't work for his character.
Yeah,
it's not really. That's not really Dante. That's more like. Yeah,
Dante just says shit.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't make pop culture references, Dante.
Well, he doesn't make pop culture references.
No, he just says goofy shit. He's like that cheesy. He's meant to be like that cheesy action, like, you know, like one-liner kind of dude, not like a quick. Like, he's meant to be like. Well, I mean. Yeah, he's basically meant to be like, you know, like, I don't know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
A little bit, yeah. And then Netflix tries to kind of encapsulate that whole, like, early 2000s thing.
Yeah.
But, like, the way it does it is kind of to its detriment a little bit. And also, it's just, like, it's missing a lot of cool things to May Cry, which I'm going to get to soon. Because, by the way, notice how I say I'm going to get to this soon a lot. That's because there's just so much to talk about with this. I'm going to be talking about it a lot because, as someone who has played all 5 games and has read a lot of, like, you know, the supplementary material and knows a lot about the extended lore, it's something that I do really want to, like, talk about. So, so Dante himself, he's got some decent moments. He acts mostly in the way that he would act in a lot of the situations that happen in it. But 60% of it is just... so, you know the wacky woohoo pizza man memes, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, Dante's wacky, woohoo, yeah, eats pizza, fucking stylish, wahoo. They lean into this a little bit too much, but, like... yeah, Dante does do that, but the pop culture references, it's just, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and a lot of the things that he gets into doesn't make a lot of sense either. Like, the power scaling, by the way, is all over the place. It's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine, because they show that Dante is, like, a high speed, high power, like, nigh invulnerable demon-human hybrid, but, Dante says that, oh, I don't know how I got these powers, maybe I'm just a superhero, or whatnot. And it's like, you really? Like, you're in a world full of demons, you kill demons, and not once did you think about, like, oh, maybe you might have something to do with the demons. So Dante's kind of a fucking moron in this game. And, like, Dante acts like an idiot in the games. However, we all know that it's just for show. Because of the stuff that's happened to him in the past. Yeah. And plus, Dante is powerful as hell, so he has, like, the cocksure attitude to back it up.
Yeah.
But... a lot of this time, he's getting the ever-loving shit kicked out of him by demons in the lore and characters in the lore that he really shouldn't be getting the shit kicked out of by. Like, for example, he loses his fight to Lady, who is just a human. And, like, yeah, more power to her. I guess, like, she's got great technology in this Netflix, and she's got, like, a gun that, like, has anti-demon rounds and yada yada yada. But there are demons from the franchise that are in this. So they got Agni Rudra from 3, you've got Echidna from DMC 4, you've got Cavalier Angelo from 5, which is kind of weird. You've got some new demons as well. You've got a demon called Plasma, which turns into and disguises itself as people.
So not only are they taking the source material, they're adding their own things into it.
Yeah, like Agni and Rudra have got heads, which is weird for a hardcore DMC fan to get their head around, myself included. Like, why are the heads not on the swords? Why are they not on Agni and Rudra? Like, whatever, it's a nitpick, but sure.
Yeah.
And they've got weird fucking accents, because sure, why the hell not?
It really does sound like a fan fiction.
There's a bit where okay, so by the way, I should have established that this is a spoiler review.
Yeah, I get that. I'm probably not gonna watch it, to be honest.
The big bad is White Rabbit. He's kind of the best thing about this, to be honest, because White Rabbit is actually a manga character who got zilch in the manga.
Right.
So they're doing the Castlevania route for him, where a lot of characters don't get crazy amounts of characterization in those games, so they can happily do that. So they do that White Rabbit, and White Rabbit's pretty cool. Like, you know, he shows himself to be a threat. He's menacing. He does scary shit. The way he talks kind of chews up the scenery. He's like a cold ham.
Yeah.
He's got an ambition. He's got an aim, and it makes sense as well what he's going to do. Even though it's not anything new.
Yeah.
What he does is still like the most compelling part of the series, which is pretty neat. It's kind of a showing off how they've put an original character in the Netflix series, and like, yeah, no, he kind of works. Like, they're doing his own thing with him. He's not really got anything at all much in the actual DMC canon, so they can afford to do that with him.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's cool. White Rabbit's pretty neat. Yeah, it's just the other characters and demons that we know from the franchise that I'm just like, oh, okay. But it's like, even if you don't know these characters, it's kind of like not really done really well either.
Yeah.
And this brings me back to the whole political point, right?
Yeah.
So, the refugee demons are a thing, right? Yeah. And this is when the themes kind of go a little bit like, oh, okay, this is when they're trying to get really like
political.
Yeah, I hate saying it, man. I hate saying it, but it's political. It's straight up. I've been skipping around the theme for a little bit.
Everything is political, but there's political and then there's throwing it in your face.
So these are the demons that, you know, the sympathetic demons who live in the demon world where it's uninhabitable and they have to hide away from the bad demons.
Yes.
But they have to come to the human world because this is where they can actually live in peace. But actually no, because humans are the real monsters and they're the ones that have to kill the demons because that's what they are. They're demons, man. They're the fucking demons. And like there are scenes where like they get gunned down with blood everywhere by like these American government like army officials, including Darkholm and Lady as well, and it's like sad music playing as well and whatnot. And the thing is, right, is that it takes kind of a shit on Sparta's legacy.
Yeah.
Because Sparta's whole shtick is that he is the only demon. He is an anomaly who actually overcame his demonic heritage and embraced humanity and protect humanity and fought for them. And not only does it get shat on because Lady just does a really fucking shit, like, a narration of it, but also that the fact that there are innately good demons walking about kind of takes away from the whole theme of, like, Sparta's whole thing on, like, he actually, like, turned to the good side.
Yeah.
And overcame his demon heritage. Because it means that, because everyone can do it now.
Yeah.
Like, normal citizens can do it. So it's like, oh, okay. Doesn't really make Sparta that special anymore. Also makes Sparta kind of an arsehole as well, because the whole point is that the demons are mad at Sparta.
Yeah.
Because he locks the portal to the human world from the demon world.
Yeah.
However, it also means that the refugees are stuck in their uninhabitable own home world.
Oh my god.
And they can't get out of. So it's like, nah, fuck Sparta, man. He's kind of a dick for doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, but no, because let the demons be horrible, rabid, angry, human-killing, like, muscle machines, man. Like, that's how it went with DMC the whole entire time. It worked out for that.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, helped more the whole, like, humans are the real monsters thing. Because I get they're kind of doing, like, a human can be a demon thing, but it was just done so much better in the games. It was way less in your face, and this is so in your face with the theme. So Ben, I'm gonna give you a massive spoiler, and are you ready for this?
Go for it.
Because this is absurd, right? So there is a scene in the final episode where the American government actually invades the demon world, right?
Oh my fucking god! Yeah, go on.
And they've got their choppers, they've got their tanks, they're running over all the demons, all the refugee demons, they're gunning them down. There are demons with turbans.
Oh my god!
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Running away from the American government. There are two soldiers taking a selfie in front of the American flag while they invade the demon world. And American fucking Idiot by Green Day is playing at the same time. This is real. This actually happens. This actually happens, Ben.
I have to look this up.
In Devil May fucking Cry.
I have to look this up.
This actually happens.
need to see.
This is real.
I want to watch this scene.
This is... sorry, yeah, this is political as fuck. And it's not even done in a good way, man. It's not even done in a good way. It's got the subtlety of a brick.
Oh my god.
Like, sure, whatever, you can do these themes. America bad, guns, woohoo, whatever. Like, fucking, I don't give a shit. Like, fucking go for it. But it's done so poorly, man. It's so bad. It's like it feels like someone had a really bad, like I've seen a lot of like takes on Adi Shankar's Twitter, and all that stuff. And like, oh my god, yeah, that's right. So there's this one like clip where he's at a WWE like show. Yeah. But he's dressed up as Dante, right? Yeah. He's got the white hair. He's got the fucking jacket. Yeah. And he does like the fist pose. Like up in the air kind of thing. Yeah. Looking super serious. And everyone's looking at him with like, what the fuck are you doing? And there's like a little like bit underneath saying, Adi Shankar, creator Don't Make Cry, which is a really, really funny thing. And it's like, it makes you think like, yeah, this guy is kind of putting in like
his own
kind of like views, vision, the visionary, putting in his visions in the Devil May Cry anime.
No.
And I mean, oh god! Not only is it super political, it just takes a shit on a lot of the lore as well. Like,
I wonder
the demons that help White Rabbit, like Agni and Rudra, and like Echidna and Cavalier Angelo, like. Dante is just, like, there's a bit where he awakens his Devil Trigger, right?
Right.
And they call it the Devil Trigger. Dante, activate your Devil Trigger. Yeah. Which is funny, because in the games, they never actually call it Devil Trigger.
No, they never called it Devil Trigger, only the player knows.
Which is way better, because it makes the form feel a lot more, like, overworldly and powerful, like it is just an install. We don't know what the hell this is, man. Demon form, whatever, but they're calling it the Devil Trigger. Like, it's just the name of it. It's just a game that it's the name of the mechanic.
Which makes it sound like it's something that can just be done by anyone because it's called Devil Trigger.
Yeah, and like he's fighting not Agni and Rudra. He's fighting just Rudra. Just Rudra from DMC3.
Right.
In Devil Trigger form, and he's struggling.
Right.
And in DMC3, he beats Agni and Rudra before he gets his Devil Trigger with ease. Easily. So, and then there's Lady who, I get it, she's got like bullet rounds that like are anti-demon rounds or whatever, but she like one-shots Echidna, which is nuts.
So they don't even take in consideration like how powerful anyone actually really is in the games and stuff.
Yeah, I know they're doing their own thing, but it's just kind of lame, especially when you've. It's hard not to compare it to the games because these are the characters. Yeah, these are the characters from the game, and like this is where I've actually got to make like an actual positive comparison to DMC Devil May Cry, because at least like. It made it very clear that these are not Dante and Virgil. Even though their name's Dante and Virgil, whatever the hell, this is like a reboot, different continuity or whatever. So it's like, sure, okay, this is a reboot. So they can reboot it, fine, whatever. Yeah. But this is a reboot with the same existing characters. And it's like, they can have these characters in like a what-if scenario, sure, whatever, but they don't act like the characters do in these what-if scenarios, and this is the whole problem with it. Especially if you are a fan of the Devil May Cry series, because they're just not acting like they are. Dante is just like a wacky woohoo Deadpool man for the whole fucking time. Like, only 10% of it is like, oh yeah, I guess Spider's my dad or whatever. But it's so like minimum and only happens for like 3 minutes of one episode. Like, it's missing some very core things. And these are the big three that Mia and my flatmate and my girlfriend were talking about, because we all watched it together. Yeah. And we've all experienced the franchise for ourselves, like we've all played it. And one, it's missing a lot of like the goth creepy aspects of it. Yeah, it's not. It's very much. It's like the soundtrack it's going for is like, okay, so let me just establish this for everyone. So, I love the bands that they used in this. Yeah. I love Rage Against the Machine. I love Green Day. I'm a little bit fifty with Limp Bizkit, admittedly. Yeah. But like, and like. Yeah, I like the intro, man. Rolling from Limp Bizkit is corny as fuck, but it's kind of like a throwback to like the old ass early 2000s AMVs. Yeah. That's neat, that's funny, that's whatever, cool. And it's a really nice intro too, it's really well animated. but they do a lot of it as well in the Netflix anime in the episodes, and I liked it for a little bit, not gonna lie, because I like the bands, but the more I think about it, the more it's kind of not really Devil May Cry, to be honest.
No, it's not.
It needs more of that, like, industrial, dark, electric-y, high-octane kind of music when you get into a fight. Like, you know, in DMC 1, where you're exploring the creepy castle, right?
Yeah.
Which is obviously, like, a bit off the DNA of a Resident Evil game. And then, like, you fight the marionettes, and then suddenly the music kicks in, and it's like, and it's like, oh, fucking shit, here we go. Like, you're under threat, but you like, the whole point of the game is to look cool and be cooler underneath all, like, these big, massive, horrible threats from hell. Like, the whole point is to stall on them and to look cool, and you feel good about it, because the enemies you'll find are legit threats, and they're legit creepy, horrible, scary demons from hell. Whereas, again, with the refugee thing, it kind of takes away the whole fear factor from the demons, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And the the gothic vibes from it, the vibes are so different from this, from Devil May Cry. It feels completely different, going back into lean too much into the whole wacky woohoo pizza thing, this Netflix adaptation lacks heart.
Yeah.
It lacks so much heart, man. Like, Devil May Cry had so much heart, man.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 4, that beautiful piano piece, you know? Hey, Dante, think we'll ever see each other again? You know, Kyrie! And all that stuff. It was cheesy. It was so cheesy, but that's why we loved it, man, because it wore that cheesiness like a badge of honor. Yeah. And that's the third thing. It's lacking so much camp. Where is the camp, man? It's just pop culture references and swearing. And like,
that's not camp.
Over on the gore and the politics, man. The politic bullshit just takes away so much of the camp from it.
Takes away the heart.
Oh man. Like, and like, when it attempts to be campy, it feels really flat, because like in episode 1, you've got like the nod to the Easter egg of Dante doing like the Michael Jackson dance from DMC 5, he's doing it and all that stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a nice little Easter egg and whatnot, and yada 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 and stuff. But like, it just feels like they're just putting that in there. Yeah. Just to be like, haha, cool, yeah, whatever. Look, Dante did the thing. He's cool, wacky woohoo pizza man. But like, yeah, like, oh man, this Dante sucks compared to Game Dante, man. Like, not only is the Game Dante way more powerful, and the story kind of like compliments him in that him being so fucking overpowered. Yeah. But like, yeah, the fact that they changed his background takes away so much from like the inner turmoil of Game Dante.
He doesn't have it.
He acts like a fucking loser and a moron, but we all know why. Yeah. We all know why he does it in Devil May Cry, because trauma is like a massive thing as well in Devil May Cry. And like, yeah, I get it. The games don't really like tell you a lot of it. And like, and then in a way, that kind of like, I get why people say like, oh yeah, like, I'm not really in it for the story of Devil May Cry, and that's fair enough. But there is like a really good deep story in Devil May Cry. Yeah. But you have to look for it. It's very like show and not tell. Whereas this is super tell, brick in face, microphones stacked on each other, blow up the world kind of like shit. And it's like, oh my god, we fucking get it. Like, it's not even like, it's not even subtle with its themes. And it sucks.
Did Capcom approve all this?
They sure did.
What, they like actually gave him...
Apparently Itsuno was like giving the okay to a lot of things as well.
What? But I don't know how much of that is true.
But yeah, so don't take my word for that. This is just a rumor. I don't know. I'm not like I don't know everything about the behind the scenes stuff on this. Oh man, what else is there?
Oh my god, man!
Back to the music choices.
Really put me off over actually looking into this now. I'm really like, oh man, wow, it sounds trash.
It's bad that it's not even like bad. I mean, it's not even bad that it's good. It's bad that it's hilarious.
Oh man,
and like it's making me stick up for the reboot.
Oh my god.
And like the reboot's not even like terrible. It's not even a bad game, the reboot. The script is awful.
You're literally doing that meme where you look like, where you go where you look at the reboot and you're like, perhaps I judged you too harshly.
It is exactly there. You're absolutely right, yeah. Because again, the problem is that it's using the actual characters from the game. in what if scenarios. Whereas at least a reboot is exactly that, right?
Yeah.
It's a reboot with their names. They're trying to like reboot the franchise, but it didn't work for them. But
and
hey, they gave it an attempt. It was
giving this
didn't
a
go very
season
well, but, like,
2? What?
Yeah, they're giving it a season 2, which means that it was already worked on from like the start. And it's funny because a lot of the themes wouldn't be out of place in DMC Devil May Cry reboot. But as bad as that script was, and as ham-fisted as the themes were in DMC Devil May Cry, guess what? It was handled better in that reboot than it was in the Netflix anime.
This is crazy.
And I can't believe I'm fucking saying that, because the script is fucking god awful in DMC reboot. But like, at least there's like something, and like it's bad, but there's something. This is just like, I don't know what this is, man. This is a ruination of it. It takes a fucking shit on like everything that Devil May Cry stands for.
I wonder...
If you don't know a thing about Devil May Cry, then sure, go watch it. But honestly, I don't know if you even like it, because it's done poorly. It's done really poorly.
Yeah.
I've been taking a lot of shits on the Netflix, and before I go into the good parts of it, I'm not done yet, because
there are good parts other than
there are some, yeah. So there are remixes of existing Devil May Cry tracks.
Oh yeah, he does that a lot, Adi Shankar. He did that with Castlevania.
There's a really good one at the end of the credits. They do a really sad, somber version of Devil's Never Cry. Yeah. And I really like that. I think it's really good. It makes you think, oh yeah, there's like a bit of a sad tragedy to all this going on. To Dante and the no, it's to do with obviously the sad, poor Undertale demons that are stuck in the demon world. Fucking,
I love how you compared it to Undertale.
My girlfriend compared it to Undertale. I'm pretty sure Woody from Castle Super Beats has also compared it to Undertale, because that's what it is. They're Undertale demons. They're literally Undertale monsters, right? And they're all getting gunned down because humans are the real monsters and all that fucking malarkey. I don't give a shit in my Devil May Cries. Like, fucking us.
God. So on the nose with the turban. Yeah, so I'm literally looking at the turban one right now.
You've seen it, yeah? So they got remixes of old songs from Devil May Cry, and a lot of them, Casey Edwards, who did the actual track for Devil Trigger, which is Nero's theme in DMC5, and Bury the Light. Oh my god, fucking Bury the Light. And so... Oh my god, so besides Devil's Never Cry, which is a very good piano piece, and also there's a lot of, like, Devil's Never Cry is the leitmotif of DMC3. There's a lot of versions of it, and there are somber piano versions of it in DMC3. So that works for it. That is a nice, it's a good version of it. However, God, Devil Trigger is so fucking arse in this. And Ben, I need to tell. This is a big spoiler. This happens at the end, right? So, spoiler alert for anyone who really doesn't want to get spoiled by the ending of the Netflix or the end it off.
If you haven't been put off yet and you really want to watch this steaming pile of shit, go for it.
So Nino Angelo, who we all know as mind-controlled Virgil from Mundus, who works for Mundus, and I fucking hope to fucking Christ he's mind-washed like Nino Angelo was in DMC1, otherwise this takes a whole steaming wet pile of shit on the sidewalk on Virgil's character if it's not. But Virgil appears at the end, and I'm going to tell you what happens, right? So Nino Angelo is in the prisons, the humans are coming, and he literally says, line to line, he says, they have no idea what storm they are coming into. I am that storm. And then it cuts to credits, and it goes to Bury the Light, to the lyric, really bad version, and I wanted to slit my own throat.
No, that's just awful.
It's so bad, it's so bad.
What is this guy thinking? It wasn't even
so bad, it was good, it was terrible, man. I am that bullshit blazing. That is bullshit blazing.
God, that sounds shit.
It's so arse. It's so arse. How do you ruin Bury the fucking Light? One of the best character themes in all of time. How do you ruin that? How do you ruin that?
Well, It sounds like a meme. It sounds like a meme in the waiting. He's like created some sort of. That's gonna be a meme.
And that's the thing, man. There are memes in Devil May Cry. Sure, whatever.
No, but it sounds like a meme that's like gonna be used like against the show kind of meme.
The anime has leaned too much into the meme part of May Cry. Dante is wacky woohoo pizza man. He kind of is like.
So it sounds like this guy didn't really understand the assignment.
He did not understand it. It looks like he just skimmed through Wikipedia articles. It feels like he's not actually played the game.
I don't think he
Or maybe he has, and he's purposely butchered it just to shove in his old stupid war and terror.
But why? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know, Ben. I don't know.
He doesn't do this with Castlevania, so I mean...
There's a whole religion bad thing in Castlevania, but at least it's like... It feels like it's not as ham-fisted, because obviously Vampire's evil, and Castlevania is just, like... Oh,
yeah.
Man, I don't know. Like, I feel... I'm saying it now, I feel sorry for Castlevania fans. Perhaps I treated them too harshly, because... Like, maybe they have got a reason to be angry at the Castlevania Netflix series. I don't know, because I'm not a big
I mean, I haven't,
I'm a big Devil May Cry fan, and this sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I've, played some of the Castlevania games, but again, like you, I'm not, super versed in, Castlevania stuff, and I've only watched season 1 of what's it called? Nocturne? Yeah. So, I don't know, I enjoyed what I saw. I mean, it doesn't seem anything completely terrible to me, but yeah, I don't know. If you're really up in the lore of it all, maybe it is bad. So, who knows?
The way it is that it would have been fine if it was a what-if scenario non-canon, sure, whatever.
Why didn't they just state that at the start? Fine. This is just a what-if and my own personal opinions of... I
think they didn't. I mean, I kind of didn't want to look at a lot of news in it because I wanted to watch it with a fresh take on it. But if the characters were acting like the characters were,
it would have been better.
There wasn't some stupid political agenda. Then it would have been passable. Fine, whatever. But this is kind of us. Lady is the worst character. Lady sucks in this. God, I hate her. Aww. And I love Lady in Devil May Cry, but I hate her because she's not Lady. She's Mary Arkham, and she's a stone cold fucking bitch who almost has a character arc but throws it the fuck away at the end.
Oh man.
And I really hope that. Okay, so you know what? Let's go into the good. Okay.
Okay. What's the good? Give me the short list of good.
Okay. So, they have some things in this Netflix that weren't in the game. So, for example, Enzo. Enzo is a character who's talked about a lot. He's only in the DMC1 manga, prequel manga. Okay. Which are the Tony Redgrave days of Dante.
Right.
And Dante's and Enzo's a character in this. And he's actually a neat character.
Wait, Enzo from fucking Bayonetta?
Yeah, so the lore is there's even a reference in Bayonetta 2 where Enzo talks about a guy in a red coat doing demon jobs. So those universes are connected in Kamiya's little verse, which is pretty neat.
That's cool. Does he look like Enzo from Bayonetta?
He doesn't. No, he's got a new character design. And it's okay, but the character's pretty lovable in this. He's obviously a kind of a dickhead. He's a coward. He's a big old dirty coward, right? He sells Dante out to the politics people, government, but then he helps him anyway because obviously, he's no, don't worry, get angry at me. Oh god, hey, we're pals, right?
Yeah.
But he has a really neat little ending, which was actually kind of heartbreaking at the end, which was kind of nice. What else is there? It kind of goes to show that if a character's not really a highly established character, then Adi Shankar can kind of cook a little bit with the character. Yeah. Same goes with White Rabbit as well, because White Rabbit is the best thing about this show. Speaking of White Rabbit, episode 6 is a pretty decent episode because, the animation is really good. It kind of shows the backstory of the White Rabbit and Lady at the same time. And it goes into a really neat, different, almost cartoony kind of animation style for it in the Demon world, which is pretty cool actually. It's nice. And it's why people compare the Demon Refugees to Undertale characters, because it goes into a kind of almost hand-drawn cutesy kind of animation for it, which is kind of cool. Also, number 2, the reason why it's also the best episode is because there's no dialogue in it. And
That's
which kind of goes to
no fucking dialogue.
Which kind of goes to show how terrible the script is in this show. So yeah, animation's pretty decent. There's some weird like CGI moments in it with the big demons, which is a little bit off-putting, and it could be done a little bit better. But you know, it is what it is. You know, budget and all that crap.
Holy shit, dude.
What else is good in there? What else is good? Notice I'm trying really hard to find something that's good in this, man. Man, even the fight scenes are kind of just okay.
Oh man, that's not even
good.
For
a Devil May Cry game, which is bad because like Devil May Cry is all about that combat. There's not a single stinger in this show. What do you mean there's not a single fucking stinger in the Devil May Cry anime? Fuck off out of here.
Are they saving it for season 2?
I don't know. The action scenes are just like clang, 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 backflip, pew, pew. There's not like any nods to the games. Like there's no high times. There's no round trips. There's no aerial raids.
There's no person announcing the super sexy stylish.
Nah, you get that for the DDR machine, which is at the beginning where Dante's forcibly doing the Michael Jackson dance from DMC5.
I see.
And it's just...
Oh,
man.
Dear.
Season 2's been greenlit, and it's already happened, and Dante looks a little bit better. He's got long hair and stuff. He's finally got Epi and Ivory in this, but like,
are you gonna watch on?
I'm gonna watch on because I want to see where it goes. I want to see how bad it really gets, because my god, this is like hilarious.
So at this point, it's more like you're hate watching more than you're actually enjoying watching. Oh, no.
I don't like hate watching things. I never like hate watching. I rarely hate watch things, but guess what? I'm hate watching this.
Yeah, that's
might surprise me. That honestly, I'm going in there with a little bit of hope as well, because I really want this to.
Maybe he learned his lesson from season 1 and he'll pick it up.
I doubt it. No. He's tweeting like Blaze Blue stuff now, and everyone is so scared shitless now.
Oh god!
Like, it's
how are you
funny,
gonna butcher this?
One of the worst insults you can give to a person now is no longer like KYS. Now it's I hope your favorite franchise gets turned into an Adi Shankar adaptation.
Oh my god. That's sad though, because I feel like he had a hit with Castlevania. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but the source material just kind of worked a bit more for the guy, whereas it doesn't for Devil May Cry.
Yeah, so now, like, if there is a lot of lore and stuff, don't get an Adi Shankar adaptation. If it's got, like, not much lore, but is very, like, you know, flexible, then yeah, go for it. But yeah.
That's definitely it, yeah. If there's established lore, he's not going to put a lot of love into it, sadly.
No, he will just throw his own agenda in.
Yeah, his political fucking agenda. My god, in the Devil May Cry game, really, there's no heart, there's no camp.
But there's political statements. Hey!
There's political statements in Devil May Cry. But they should have just made it Dino, man. They should have just put El Dante in. They should have just done an adaptation for the DMC reboot. Because that would have worked better with the themes. That would have worked better. That actually would have worked better. I'm sorry.
Well,
it would have worked better.
Well, Joe.
Oh, man.
That be that. So, guys, do you recommend watching the Devil May Cry? The storm is approaching.
Provoking.
Right.
God, man. Jesus Christ.
Man, that took up a lot of time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I definitely had a ramble with it.
I don't know if we have time for anything else. Should we get on with questions?
I've got time for one more, if that's okay.
Okay, make it short.
Just a good thing. I will make it short. Yeah. So one thing I've been watching, which had a good adaptation, is from TV show, anime, to a game adaptation. Actually, funny enough, there's another thing that I've got a passion for, to be honest, and it's a kind of like a, I don't want to say it's niche, because man, it used to be one of the big 3 of anime. So me and my flatmate are a really big fan of this show.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're about to say. Yeah,
so after 10 years, Bleach finally got a video game.
Oh yeah, it got a video game.
Yeah, so Bleach Rebirth of Souls is a thing.
Yes,
it came out at a good time, because Bleach is riding very high off of the really, really good 1000-Year Blood War manga adaptation right now. And the game came out, and it covers. So it's an anime fire done by Bandai Namco. Which I can't tell you as much as you need to be honest.
Honestly, they pump those out just like all the time now, I feel like.
Yeah, but me and my family are really big Bleach fans, so we're like, yeah, let's give the game a go.
Yeah.
And this is the prettiest fucking anime game out there on the market. Oh my god, it's really, really pretty. As long as you're not like, you know, as long as you didn't go through the whole bug thing with the PC release. But I'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, no, this game is really pretty. The cutscenes look really nice. The 3D models look amazing. The special attacks, the cinematography is like 11 out of 10. So super good. Yeah, so the game is it's an anime fire where you do it from like, it's a third person perspective like Sparking Zero or Ultimate Ninja Storm, where it's over the shoulder kind of like thing. But it's kind of an interesting gameplay way though. It does an interesting thing with its mechanics. So what it does is that you have this thing, you got health, but when you deplete health, you lose numbers. When the numbers go down to 0, that's when you obviously die and the other person wins. And there are different ways of getting these numbers down. So you can either fully deplete the health bar, which will let you take off more numbers of the health bar, or you can activate an attack when they're on red and take off less of that. But as you evolve and get stronger, as you build up fighting spirit, you will gain more form, so you'll get Bankai or Resurrection and whatnot, and your moveset will change, you'll do more damage, and then you'll take off more numbers based on what evolution you're at. And that seems pretty simple, right? You know, you evolve, you take off more numbers, pretty simple standard stuff. You got your quick attacks, you got your heavy attacks, you got signature moves, you got flash steps, which are dodges, you got your guards, you got your grabs, blah, blah, blah. But the really cool thing about the character roster is they all have a very unique gimmick to them. Okay. Which is really, really neat, and I really like it because it encapsulates the characters. So let's do Soifon, for example, right? Right. So she's a quick, speedy character, does lots of combos. Yeah. Her signature move is that she has knives. Okay. And she can reload them. And what you do is that the knives expand combos, right? Okay. So without the knives, she does nothing, right? She does like little tickle damage to your opponent. But with the knives, she can expand combos and do an arseload of damage. She's also got her 1-hit kill, her 2-hit kill from the actual show, which is where she stings you twice, you just die. Yeah. However, it's really hard to land, and you have to do the crazy setup for it. And she takes away like a little bit of like numbers from the health gauge. I'm calling it numbers, by the way, because this game has its own like anime sort of like in-universe names for all the mechanics. That's cool. And if I go through all of that though, you'll be confused as hell. So I'm just gonna say how it is in the game. Like, the numbers are called Konpaku in Bleach. But I'm just gonna call them the health numbers. Yeah. But she's got a move where she awakens, where she bankais, where she'll take off 6 numbers in a game where the max is usually 9. Alright. So it could be a 1-hit kill, which is kind of like akin to her assassin kind of status. But if you don't kill with it, she'll be weakened considerably. Oh, okay. So trade-off, try risk, high reward. Yeah. Got it. There's a character who so Sazael is an Espada. He's rank A. He's a scientist man. He's very weak. What he can do is that when he inflicts combos, he installs you with like certain with a certain thing. And what you do is if you grab the opponent, you take that like stuff you take that substance from the opponent. And it's like a research gauge that gets filled. And what that does, that it ties into what he does in the anime, where if he dies, he can come back to life. And if you've got a high enough gauge from getting enough research from studying your opponent, it's like Intel is like his own little mechanic, its own little meter. Wow. Then you will come back from the dead kind of thing. Which is really fucking neat. Ichigo in Bankai is really cool, where he has low health. But if you manage to get enough fighting spirit to when he loses, he'll resurrect as the full holification. Oh. And that's a really cool way to like bring back the fight. Who else is there? Mayuri Kurosuchi has got a poison gauge, and if he uses Bankai, the poison will go up automatically, and if you hit someone with their poison, you'll do more damage, which is in character. Kenpachi's got super armor, where the more he'll get damaged, the more damage he'll do to the opponent as he gets more buffed and as he gets more interested in the fight, which is also very in character. Aizen's really, really hilarious, fucking hilariously busted, which is very in character of him. So what he does is that he has unlimited spiritual pressure, which are the special attacks. But if you keep him alive, he'll keep on evolving automatically, which is what he does in the anime with the Hogyoku. So he'll keep on evolving, he'll turn to Condom Aizen, then he'll turn it into Mullet Aizen, and then if you kill him while he's lied down, he's got enough gauge, he'll turn it into Butterfly Aizen, and he'll just keep on evolving the more you keep him alive, which is really in character with him. Some characters have got like giant bankais, and when they disappear, they're weakened for a bit. Dangai Ichigo is really fun and bossy because what he does is that if he hits you with his special move 3 times, it's a guaranteed kill. He ends the fight, which means he can bypass some gimmicks. There's Yamamoto has a cooldown meter where you can use your big destructive fire moves, but if you use them too much, he becomes Nagoriyuki from Guilty Gear, and his own HP will drain because you overheated. It's really cool.
So it sounds like all of the mechanics, every character has like their own.
They've got a gimmick.
Their own mechanics.
Yeah.
Like they don't.
And they're really in character as well. They're really cool in character gimmicks.
So you're saying like, this isn't just like one of those arena fighters where it's like they haven't thought about it, they just like banged it out. This is like they've really actually thought about it.
Yeah. They've tried really hard to make it competitive, for better or for worse. Which I'll get to very soon.
Alright.
But, this game came out really buggy, sadly. It didn't have a very good launch, which is a shame for Bleach fans, because this was hopefully another way to, like, you know, get it to take off and stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
The PC port is a fucking disaster. It's still got a load of bugs, but they fixed a lot of bugs with lots of patches. But yeah, one release was not great, to be honest. It's a really fun, like, get a mate and fight kind of game. Because me and my family play it loads. We just play our favorite characters and just have a laugh with it. And it's really good. And the animations and the sound design are, oh my god, mate. They got the Neo Tweary people to do the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah,
this game,
yeah. I saw a clip. Yeah.
11 out of 10 soundtrack. Fucking bangers. Yeah. It's so good. As you evolve, like, a theme comes on and it overrides the other character's theme that you're against.
So the longer a fight goes on, the more likely you are to get more powerful for a lot of these characters.
For a lot of these characters, yeah. Some characters who last longer get stronger. Some characters can end a fight really quickly if they manage to get their criteria with it. It's a fun time. It's good. There's a little bit of like, there is a combo game in it as well. For one, there's a gauge called the reverse gauge, and it basically acts like a card does in Guilty Gear, where you can either use it for a Roman cancel, where you basically cancel your combo into an idle start, which means you can extend your combo and do whatever. You can use it to regenerate your health and regenerate special moves back, which is great for characters who can also regenerate, like Ukiura, so that's great for their game plan. And you can also use it as a get off me move, if like you're getting the shit kicked out of you, or if you're about to get hit by a special attack which will end the fight, you can use a reverse gauge to use it as a burst in a lot of traditional fighting anime games, which is really cool. So there's a lot of like really deep fighting game stuff in this as well. You can tell they've tried really hard to make it really competitive, and for the most part it is competitive, and they're actually still doing balance patches to it now to kind of eke out the game to make it really good for the competitive scene. And there is a competitive scene, however, and this is a big however, it's a very small competitive scene, this is for some very sadly egregious reasons. So the biggest one is that there's no ranked mode.
Why? That's bad.
There's no ranked mode. Yeah, there's only a casual match. Which means you're either going to find someone who's going to absolutely smoke you, or you're going to find a 10-year-old playing the game.
Oh, no.
So, you're not going to find people who are around your same kind of like.
That's weird. A fighting game didn't have a rank mode. That's weird.
It's really weird. It's so strange. They're going to implement it. However, it's already been a month since the game's released, and that's when interest is going to wane.
Yeah, because something else is going to come along and just like be like,
And they're room matches. However, you can only fit 2 people in one room.
What? That's even weirder.
So there's no spectators.
No
which means that
spectator mode. It sounds like they rushed this out the door then.
It feels like there was a little bit of a deadline for it, because one, there was loads of bugs on release, and two, the online segment is ranking, which is the online scene. Sorry, is lacking, which is baffling, because you can tell that they really wanted to make this competitive, but it's missing out so many key special features that would make it competitive, which is what the whole gameplay is. It's pretty competitive, and yeah, there is a lot of like balance changes that will be done, but that's the whole point of a ranked match, because that's how they get their feedback, so they can actually improve it. And another thing, which is my personal complaint, is that it's delay-based netcode.
Oh, it's not even rollback.
They still haven't learned, which means lag up the wazoo if someone hasn't got a good McDonald's Mackie D's Wi-Fi connection, which is a bit of a shame.
When will they learn? Rollback is the way forward.
It's Bandai Namco. echo. So sadly, they showed on a lot of things that should have been implemented in a game that definitely feels like it's meant to be competitive.
Yeah, because I don't really hear people talk about this game, if I'm being honest. So.
Yeah, it's a shame though, because it's a really fun game. The gameplay is great.
I honestly didn't even realise this game had released until you started speaking about it now.
Yeah, Bleach fans don't even know that it's released. And it's a really damn shame because the gameplay is really good. Me and my flatmate play it loads together. It's really fun. It's a solid ass game. It's just such a shame that it's missing so many key elements that would make this game great among anime games. Like, it's not the level of Storm games. Storm games have got loads of different modes and stuff, and especially loads of online modes. There's a lot of love and care put in online modes for the Storm games from what I've heard and from what I've played back in the day when I used to play like Storm 2 and Generations and 3 and whatnot. Another thing is the story mode. Story mode's okay.
Oh, it's alright. It's alright. Is it just a retread of
it's a retread. Yeah,
is there anything new to it?
So it goes from I'll start from it covers the substitute Shinigami arc all the way to the fake Karakura Town arc. So it goes all the way from beginning to the end of the shit with Aizen and whatnot, and the final Getsuga Tensho and whatnot. So the models are really good. The music's really good. But the cutscenes are there's a lot of jank to them, I suppose I would say.
Oh.
Like, I would say this, the voice acting budget is great. It's all voice acted. Yeah, you watch a 3D model flap their lips a lot and they do like a cool pose and whatnot. The action scenes are very funny. Like, there's a scene where someone gets punched and you just see them keyframe animate all the way into a wall kind of thing.
Oh man.
and they'll use the animations in-game for like transformations in the story, which is fine because these animations are fucking awesome, man. They're so good. Like, they're amazing. I've not once. People are like, oh yeah, I might one day get tired of the special. Might get tired of the special animations, but I've not been tired of them at all. I think they're really good. Cinematography is great.
Yeah.
The full incantation Kurohitsugi that Aizen does is absolute fucking cinema. But yeah, the story mode is it's lacking a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it was nice to kind of like go through the series again and reimagine it and get reminded of like all the cool stuff that happens in the series. However, manga is still the best way to obviously experience it, like it is for most anime. Like, the source material is the way to go for the most part, and it definitely shows with this as well. I would not go into this game blind on Bleach, absolutely not. It's definitely one for the fans. And sadly, the thing is that if you are a fan of Bleach, you're just doing a retread with just okay-ish cutscenes.
It's hard though, isn't it, with anime games though, to make compelling content, because you don't want to tread on the source material, but you also don't want to take liberties, because otherwise you get things like the Devil May Cry anime. Ha ha.
It's quite safe, but a really good thing, and this is a massive plus on this game, is that the secret stories are incredible.
Oh, so they have secret stories.
You got secret missions here as well. What the secret missions are is that their actual story parts to the main franchise, but they are done by the POVs of characters. And there are a lot of characters in this game.
Yeah.
So, for example, there's a really good one with Ichimara Gin. He's a Treya, he defects of Aizen, and obviously he wants to, he really likes Rangiku and stuff. But it shows stuff before that, where, like, he's a captain, and he bonds with Izuru, and you actually see the characters' like thought process as well, where it's like, oh man, I'm gonna do a bad thing later on, but hey, I wish this guy good luck, that kind of thing. It expands on their characters, and I shit you not, there are plot twists that are talked about in this game that aren't shown until 1,000 Year Blood War.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
There's a bit in like the Aizen backstory, for example, where he literally talks about like a massive spoiler, a huge spoiler, in a game that only covers up to a fake Karakura Town arc.
I see. Oh,
they're
so
great.
yeah,
they're really
so
good,
there's
man.
the
They're
incentive
good.
for the anime goers, like, or the people, their secret, like, POV.
The secret stories are really good.
So that's where the actual meat is then for like people.
Massive meat. Yeah. Some are like really nice like character building ones where it's like, oh, this guy kind of is interested in how people perceive him. One is like, oh, we're gonna go right back to like when this Horo was an Adjujus. And like, and how like his comrades like affected his thought process and all that shit. Ukiura's is a lot more in depth about how he slowly becomes more and more cognition of the heart and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so the Spider have got some really good ones too. Yeah, they're bangers. They're really good secret stories. They're awesome.
Yeah, so yeah,
they interact with characters you wouldn't think they would do before, and it's canon as well. So
that's cool. It
doesn't interfere with like the source material, which is fantastic.
That's a good way of doing it. That is a good way of doing it.
Yeah, the secret stories are awesome. They're really great. If you're a fan of Bleach, I highly advise you to check those out because they're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I'll give this game like a 7.5.
That's pretty high.
Close to an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty high.
I love Bleach.
If it had a rank mode, would it get an 8?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so the lack of online features is still like the thing that killed it.
That's what I'm worried about with this game, because like it's been out for a month and they said they're going to implement it, but they really should have been a thing from the start.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll see if they keep their promises on that front.
The good thing is that me and my flatmate are still massive fans of Bleach, so we can easily just jump on it and just do a few matches.
Yeah,
so it's not dead in our eyes. We can easily just jump on and just play as Bleach fans. So yeah.
Alright.
That's what I've been playing pretty much.
I feel like
JYB's been doing some work because he voices Dante in DMC as well. No rag to the voice actors at all. Voice acting has been pretty good so far. It's just to be a little bit more refined.
Alright guys, when we come back we're going to go into the questions.
Let's do it.
We'll see you in part 4.